Batting fifth, number 18, Ben Nolan. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 14, Jack O'Connell. Batting seventh, number 4, Logan Howley. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 5, Anthony Viva. Batting ninth, the starting pitcher, number 7, Grayson Carey. Batting 10th, the second baseman, number 8, Gavin Gillis. Batting 11th, number 10, the first baseman, Ryan Hatcher. And batting 12th, number 9, Jackson Hawkins. The manager for Sydney Mines, Billy Gillis, and his assistant coaches, Brian Carey and Lisa Gillis. Now introducing Team Alberta Medicine Hat Mavericks. Leading off for the Mavericks, the left fielder, number 22, Raylan Johnson. Batting second, number 24, Gavin Russell. Batting third, number 21, the first baseman, Beckham Sprunger. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 23, Burke Morrison. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 13, Madden Ellis. Batting sixth, number 18, Archer Cunningham. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 27, Blake Morse Harrison. Batting eighth, the starting pitcher, number 3, Jake Zumber. Batting ninth, number 34, the third baseman, Reed Pluta. Batting 10th, the catcher, number 8, Beck Libbert. Batting 11th, number 15, Daxon Simpson. And batting 12th, the second baseman, number 17, Jack Harris. The manager for Team Alberta, Steve Russell. Coaches Blake Zember and Aaron Libbert. Introducing the men in black behind the plate in today's game, Rob McDonald from London, Ontario. First base, Chris Kipper from Quebec. Second base, Randy Horton from BC, British Columbia. And finally, Matt Gervais, third base from Ottawa. Now if you would all rise and remove your hats, today's anthem will be by the Stadacona Band of the Royal Canadian Navy. Now I'd like to invite Anthony Viva to do the English pledge, Madden Ellis to do the French pledge, Tony Viva to do the parents pledge, and Tyler Simpson to do the parents pledge.
trust in God, I love my country, and I will respect its laws. I play fair and strive to win, but win or lose, I will always do my best.
Je crois de Dieu, j'aime mon pays et je respecte les lois. Je tiens harmonie et je te gagne, mais je gagne en eux. J'ai fait tour de le monde.
I will teach all children to play fair and to do their best. I will positively to support all managers, coaches, and players.
I will respect the decisions of the umpires. I will praise a good effort despite the outcome of the game.
It's farewell.
The tennis player, community guy. Oh. Felix? Where's your cake?
Oh, you got it taken care of? Where they at? Okay, go on.
Anyway, she's laughing. I thought it just assumed you went to both of us, but she's saying that technically first.
Leading off the ball game for Team Sydney Mines, number 2, Ethan Marsh.
After that first pitch, he's just going to get that one in foul territory, and foul it off the first base line. So we split the first two as we're just getting off underway. As I said, Team Alberta off to a hot start, 2-0 through the first 2 days, and they're looking to continue it here. They've been very good on the defensive side of the ball. That's their X factor. Ball number 2 as that one's away. So Jake Zember, we haven't seen here, I believe, at the mound, making his tournament debut. That's going to be a slow chopper right to the first base, in the glove, successfully off the scoop from the third baseman for Team Alberta. And out number 1 off the slow ground ball chopper from Ethan Marsh. And a beautiful play, that was Beckham Sprunger with the successful play. And so we'll move on in the order to Alano Hepburn, and well, he definitely made this superstar play last night to save the game. He's going to pull that one right up the third base line, and will just be a fair ball. Lano now going to, he's going to be a foul ball. He made a little run for it, but we'll have to go back for that one just off the third base line. It was riding it for a while, could have went either way, but Hepburn will be able to go back. As I was saying, though, he made the superstar play, a diving catch to save a potential walk-off for his team. He was the reason they forced extra innings. 0-1 count as he fouled the first pitch off. He'll see that one just away. Good take there from Hepburn off the slow pitch from Zember, which had a lot of movement on it, but just can't move into the strike zone. We'll split the first two 1-1. Swing and a miss from Hepburn. Trying to get all over that one, just a little too low on the chop. And so we'll see strike number 2, the 1-2 count here. Opportunity for Zember to find his first punch out. Delivered. Contact for Hepburn right in the glove of the third baseman. Throw from 5 to 3 there in time for out number 2. And the Team Alberta infield getting on to a hot start. Back-to-back outs.
Now batting number 11, Leo Galland.
And so we'll move to Leo Galland, the shortstop here in today's game for Team Alberta. We'll see if he's able to get off to a good start. Pitch number 1 for Gallant. Gonna swing and chase that one away for strike number 1, not able to find contact. So Gallant, he was a starting pitcher yesterday, did a phenomenal job. Also very good at the bats. Trying to continue here. He'll take that one. Another swing and a miss as that pitch was a little bit inside by the hands. 0-2 early, going the way of Zember. Opportunity for him to end the inning. And Gallant will foul it back. He'll stay in it at 0-2 in this battle. So Zember trying to finish things off and pick up his first strikeout here as he's 0-2 up. The 0-2 pitch. Gallant, slow chopper on the ground in the second baseman's glove. Scoop and the throw to first in time. 3 infield plays, 3 up, 3 down as Team Alberta will head to the bats.
3 up, 3 down. No hits, no runs, nobody left on base. We remain scoreless with Team Alberta coming up to bat. Pitch count for Zember. 12 pitches.
So 12 pitches, all that Jake Zember needs to get out of that inning. So we'll head to Team Alberta at the bats here as they try to get their offense going. A very good defensive outing from them, and they're known for that. They're known for being very strong on the defensive side of the ball, and they had 3 ground balls in order to get out of that inning. We'll look at the starting pitcher tonight, this afternoon for Team Atlantic. We'll get a name just in a moment's time. Number 7, Grayson Carey in the starting position role for the team from Sydney Mines, Cape Breton. He'll look to get off to a hot start here. He came into relief yesterday and did a very phenomenal job. Looking to continue things here this time and more, of a heavy role, having the starting pitching job, trying to keep this at a 0-0 game, trying to keep it as close as possible. This team from Team Atlantic is 0-2. They need a win here, cannot afford to go down without a win through 3 days. As we had a game earlier today as well, that one, was very favored going the way of Team BC. It was Team BC taking on Team Quebec, and Team Quebec suffering a 15-0 loss, moves down to 0-3 in the tournament. They're going to have to pick it up in the upcoming days. Story of that game, though, we had back-to-back grand slams from, I'm blanking on the name right now, but it was Ben Wegwitz, back-to-back grand slams. I definitely suggest you check that out. Just phenomenal. It was the first home run we've seen all tournament long. Hopefully we'll see one soon. It's Raylan Johnson in the leadoff spot, the lefty for Team Atlantic. We'll see if, for Team Alberta. We'll see if he can start things off successfully. He's going to find contact and just foul that one off back into foul territory. And so he'll start things off with an 0-1 count after that last foul ball. Johnson, the left fielder, takes that one up high. Good eye on that pitch. He leaned into it a little bit, but turns away at the last second. It will split the first two pitches 1-1. Johnson, the leadoff hitter. He normally hits leadoff. That one's fired right past the glove of the shortstop. It's a base hit for Raylan Johnson. Now he'll get on to first and give Team Alberta a good start to their bottom of the first inning. A runner on first, and with Gavin Russell here at the plate, would love to try to advance him into a scoring position. Russell playing as an extra hitter today for Team Alberta. So Johnson over at first, and Russell at the bats here trying to advance the runner to a scoring position. Carey now has a runner to worry about over at first. We'll wait the first pitch against Russell. Lobbed in there just away. Runner's going to go to second. The throw in time! Beautiful throw there from catcher Beckett Lebert. Pardon me, not Beckett Lebert. That's on the other side. Ethan Marsh able to get the throw in time and the pickoff. Out number one. Huge play from Team Atlantic to, well, get any runners that were aboard, just like Raylan Johnson was moments ago, no longer. That one's going to be hit right up the middle from Russell. So as soon as they get a pickoff, Russell will go right back to first and get another runner on base for Team Alberta. So back-to-back singles to lead things off for Team Alberta. Runner only on first, though, due to the pickoff moments ago of the phenomenal throw from Ethan Marsh. It's Beckham Sprunger, the first baseman, here at the plate, going to try to advance Russell into a scoring position. Sprunger playing first base today. Pitch number one, all over that one. He's going to pop it up right to center field. Hepburn going to call everybody off and in the glove successfully, as the phenomenal outfielder continues his hot streak for out number two off the pop fly. So 2 outs here as Team Atlantic 1 away from sending themselves back to the bats. It'll be cleanup hitter Burke Morrison, the center fielder, here at the plate. Going to try to keep things alive for Team Alberta and keep them at the bats. Pitch number one. Going to be ball that's just away off the strike zone. Bit too much movement on it for Grayson Carey. So we'll start things off 1-0 for Morrison. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss as he tried to reach for that one. Not able to find contact, as that Morrison could have went all over it, just a little low on the slice. He'll split the first two pitches 1-1 as he whiffed on the first one. 1-1. And he'll foul that one off. So then again, being aggressive from the bats, trying to find some sort of contact. He did, but it was just a bit high on the barrel. And he'll tip it down and foul it back. 1-2 and an opportunity for Grayson Carey to end the inning. We'll see if he can deliver on the 1-2 pitch. Winds and fires from the righty. Swing and a miss from Morrison. Strike number 3 and the first punch out of the game for Grayson Carey. He gets Sidney Mines and Team Atlantic out of the inning.
A 1 hit, no runs, a 1 left on base. The score, it remains 0-0.
And so we'll see Team Atlantic back at the bats. They retired 3 up, 3 down, but looking to change things here. We'll have, well, starting things off, it will be the cleanup hitter, Zenon Parks, followed by Ben Nolan, and rounding out the confirmed 3 will be Jack O'Connell, the right fielder. We'll see Jake Zember assume his position back at the mound. As I just said moments ago, retired the first 3 up, 3 down, had a very phenomenal inning, and going to look to, well, continue it here. So Zember will take his warm-up. Parks will be in the batter's circle, just getting ready. 0-0 after 1. We'll see which team, I believe this could probably be a battle of the offenses. Which team can get their offense going first? Both these teams are very good on the defensive side of the ball. So whatever team can crack through each other and start getting the Rens going, I believe will have the better opportunity to win this game. So we'll see Parks step up into the batter's box for his first at-bat here, hitting in the cleanup spot. We'll see what he's able to make happen. So Parks gears up, gets ready.
Leading off the top of the second for East Coast, 15, Zenon Parks.
Parks steps into the batter's box, and we'll get the top of the second inning underway here. First one from the southpaw. Swing and a miss from Parks a little early. And he misses all of that ball. Strike number 1 going the way of Zember. 0-1. Another one chased from Parks. Had to get down on one knee to try to get contact on it. A swing and a miss. Oh, too early for Zember, and that sets himself up for a strikeout. Swing and a miss from Parks as Zember throws a pitch with tons of movement on it. 3 pitches is all that is needed to send Zenon Parks back to the dugout.
Now batting number
With
18, Ben
Jake
Nolan.
Zember's first punch out here in this game. So 1 down, 2 to go here off a leadoff strikeout for Jake Zember. We'll see if he can continue this here. It'll be number 18, the extra hitter, Ben Nolan, to the plate here facing the southpaw. He holds his swing. Great take there from Ben Nolan. It looks like he was going to go through. He holds it. He gets ball number 1. Zember on the time will be called, and we'll straighten things up. Nolan will step back into the batter's box, and we'll get resumed here. Zember on the 1-0 pitch. Delivers. Hits the strike zone as that one paints the outside corner. So we'll split the first 2 pitches 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch from Zember delivers. Right down the middle. Back-to-back pitches. Nolan hasn't decided to take a chance on, and he takes back-to-back strikes. An opportunity for Zember to pick up back-to-back strikeouts here. The 1-2. Contact! In the glove of the shortstop. Throw to first. They're in time for out number 2 as Ben Nolan unable to beat the throw. So a ground out for
Now
Ben
batting
Nolan
number
brings us to
14,
2 outs
Jack
in the inning.
O'Connell.
And Jack O'Connell, the right fielder, with the task of trying to keep this inning alive for Team Atlantic. We'll see what he's able to do, O'Connell. The lefty versus lefty matchup we have here. Pitch number 1 from Zember. Going to whip that one into the outside corner. Strike number 1 as Zember will try to take an early lead. The 0-1 pitch from Zember. That one's going to be whipped in there just a little bit high of the strike zone. We'll split the first 2 1-1 as he tried to find that same location just like he did on the first pitch, unable to. 1-1. Contact just going to be fouled back as O'Connell just got the bat a little bit too high. And so he'll take strike number 2 off the foul ball. This sets up an opportunity for Jake Zember to end the inning. 2 outs in a 1-2 pitch. Can O'Connell stay alive? Strike number 3. Jake Zember rings them up. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for Team Alberta.
In the top of the second, 3 up, 3 down. No hits, no runs, nobody left on base. The score remains 0-0. Zember pitch count was 23 pitches.
So 23 pitches and only 11 pitches needed for that inning for Jake Zember. Strikes out 2 batters and gets 1 to ground out. He's been phenomenal so far. 6 batters, no runners on base for Team Atlantic. They need to get their offense going and they'll have another opportunity, but not before Team Alberta kicks back to the bats. We'll look at our confirmed 3. It will be Madden Ellis in the shortstop in the leadoff spot, followed by Archer Cunningham. And then rounding out the top 3 will be Blake Harrison, the right fielder. Bottom second here on a beautiful sunny day here in Kingston, Ontario. Approximate time is 2:17, so well, we're in our second game of the day. We'll have 1 more after this between Team Ontario and Team Prairies. So that should be a good game. Both those teams only having played 1 game. I believe Team Prairies 0-1. Team Ontario, well, they've only seen them 1 time, and in the game we did see them in, they won 13-0. And that led us off all the way back on game 1, back on day number 1. We are now in game 8, so it has been quite a few games since we've seen them. So this tournament starting to take shape with the teams that are, gunning for the top spot and some teams that are falling below. Still, we're about halfway through the, preliminary rounds before the elimination rounds. I believe those start on the 7th of August. So Madden Ellis leading things off for Team Alberta. We'll see if he can do it successfully. Grayson Carey picked up 1 strikeout there in the bottom of the first and only let 1 runner on base. So we'll wait for the first pitch against Ellis. Carey, the righty, winds and fires. Gonna deliver that one outside as Ellis will take that one away for ball number 1. So a 1-0 count to lead things off for Ellis. Carey delivers. Low in the zone, Ellis gonna go through. Called by the ump for a strike. We'll split the first 2 1-1 as Ellis couldn't hold back. The 1-1 pitch. He'll get that one high in the zone. Contact. Trying to get over in the glove successfully. from the center fielder, Alano Hepburn, as he turned on the wheels in order to get there in time for out number 1. This kid, nothing can get past him. He's like pretty much just like Dalton Varsho for the Blue Jays.
Archer Cunningham.
His runs above expected have to be, his outs above expected have to be crazy. This kid is special. So 1 out after the catch from Hepburn, strike number 1. Well, at the plate next is Archer Cunningham. So Cunningham takes the first one looking. He'll start this count off 0-1. Carey delivers. Up high, tries to throw a little lob that will sink down the zone, unable to find it. We'll split the first two 1-1. 1-1 count. That one just up high as well. Great take there from Cunningham. It'll be a 2-1 count here. She's taking back-to-back balls, trying to get a lead here. Carey delivers. Contact from Cunningham in the glove of the second baseman off the jumping effort. Beautiful catch there as Gavin Gillis able to keep that one in his glove for out number 2.
Now
So
batting
back-to-back
number
pop-ups
27, Blake Harrison.
for Team Alberta. And now they're down to their final life in the inning. It's Blake Harrison here. Harrison takes the first pitch, just low in the zone for a ball. So we'll start this count off 1-0. 1-0 count, deliver from Carey, going to be up high again. He'll be awarded back-to-back balls for Harrison, who's playing right field today for Team Alberta. Trying to keep things alive in a 2-0 count. He's up early. Carey needs to find the strike zone. Delivered. Swing and a miss. Pardon me, he will find contact. That'll be fouled off the third base line, though, for a strike. So, Harrison down a 2-1 count after he fouled that last ball off. Trying to keep Team Alberta in this inning. The 2-1 pitch from Carey. Contact. Fair. In the third baseman's glove. Throw from Park from 5-3. It's going to be off the mark and get all the way to the left of the first baseman, and that will extend Blake Harrison into a double. As he gets a single and an error, as Zenon Parks, the third baseman, the scoop was successful, but maybe a little bit of a weird placement in his bare hand, and the throw was just way to the left of the first baseman of Ryan Hatcher. Unable to convert on the routine play to end the inning. Runner now at scoring position for Team Alberta. It's Jake Zember, the starting pitcher. Pitching versus pitcher matchup. First pitch going to be off and away for ball number 1. So Harrison will be awarded with a single and an error. 1-0 pitch. That one right down the middle. Beautiful pitch there from Carey as he tries to fight things off after his infield made a mistake that should have ended the inning. 1-1 as we split the first two pitches for Carey. The lefty, Zember, trying to keep them in it and score a run. 1-1. Contact. Will it stay fair? It's running to the first base line. It will. And runner going to be called home. Harrison will come across home plate, and Team Alberta take the lead. That throw from right field is going to get away from the catcher. It's going to advance Zember over to second. 1-0 Team Alberta off the RBI from Jake Zember.
Now batting number 34, Reed Pluta.
And that's back-to-back, well, this back-to-back errors that have allowed runners to go from first all the way to second. So Zember now in a scoring position with Reed Pluta playing third base today. Pitch number 1, he reaches for it, can't able to find a contact. He was close. We'll take strike number 1. We'll have the 2-out runners rule come into effect here. 2-out catchers rule. That's taking to second base will be Archer Cunningham, who was the last out. So Cunningham over at second now taking place for Zember. So pardon me, that was actually Matt Ellis who took over to second, and they will replace him with Archer Cunningham. So we'll take over to second base. So Cunningham now at second. And we'll resume with Pluta at the play here, trying to convert on a run. A 1-0 lead taken moments ago from Team Alberta. That one, will it stay fair? It's just running up the first base line, and it will spin into foul territory. So an 0-2 start for Reed Pluta. An opportunity for Grayson Carey to keep this only in a 1-0 game. All he needs is one more strike. Pluta going to battle anything over the strike zone. Carey, chance to end it. The 0-2 pitch. Again, Pluta will foul that one off. He'll barely get a tip on it on the bottom of the barrel. So he'll stay at 0-2. As Team Alberta working through this lineup here quickly. Pluta. 0-2, swings early, misses, drop strike 3, throw to first. There in time. That will confirm it for out number 3. Team Atlantic get out of it, but not before Team Alberta convert on a run. It's 1-0, going towards the team from the west.
Team Alberta 1, Team Atlantic 0. Pitch count for Carey. 27
So
pitches.
27 pitches announced for Grayson Carey through his 2 innings. He's been good. That 1 run allowed, you know, you could say it was, you can't really blame that one on him. It was just a couple errors came through which allowed a runner to score. So we'll head to the top of the 3rd inning with Team Atlantic back at the bats here. They're down by 1 and have some work to do. We'll see if they're able to make it happen, and we'll see if Jake Zember, he will, the southpaw, take back to the mound for another inning of work, as his pitch count is still very low after 2 innings, only at 23. Jake Zember. We'll look into him. Was his dream career is to be an MLB player? Of course it is. I mean, when you're as good as Jake Zember is, you might even have the opportunity to do so if he keeps grinding. What does he like to do when he's not playing sports? Dirt biking and collecting baseball cards. Dirt biking, you know, still pretty active when you're not playing sports, but collecting baseball cards, I love that. And his good luck superstition that this is before a game, he won't change his socks if his team is winning. Why fix it if it ain't broken? I agree, Jake Sember. So we'll get the top of the 3rd inning underway here. Leading things off will be Logan Hawley, followed by Anthony Viva. And rounding out the 3 will be the starting pitcher, Grayson Carey. Ball number 1 as that first pitch is away. We'll have the 1-0 count from Zember. Delivers. Contact. Riding up the 3rd baseline. It's a fair ball! As that one just stays a little bit right. Howley with a picture-perfect hit up behind the infield. So a leadoff single for Logan Hawley and Team Atlantic. Exactly what they need, a runner on base. Their first one this game. We'll see if they can work with it. Anthony Viva here at the plate was the start. Came in as the pitcher yesterday, did a phenomenal job. Good look bunt. Will he make contact? He will. Will it stay fair? It's going to stop just before it gets out the 3rd baseline. The throw to first is there in time. So a potential sacrifice bunt coming in for Viva. It almost worked though. That bunt picture perfect. It rolled up the 3rd baseline, stayed fair, and even though it was spinning and looked like it could have go foul territory, it just stopped before it was going to go. Unfortunately, couldn't convert on getting on base. But moves Hawley into scoring position. First pitch swinging will foul that one back for Grayson Carey here at the plate.
Walking down the street, we're cutting this out, walking down the street.
So a 1-0 count as Carey fouled that first pitch back. The 0-1. That one's in fair territory. Scooped to the backhand from the shortstop. Fires it to first with some heat. Out number 2 as the throw is able to beat Grayson over to first base. And a great backhand play from the shortstop, Madden Ellis. And so 2 down, 1 to go here, and only 1 more out away from Team Alberta, sending themselves back to the bats. They are very good, and they've been dominant so far here and in the outfield. Ball number 1 as first pitch for Gavin Gillis is a bit high. The 1-0 pitch. Right down the middle. Zember, no question about it. Splits the first 2, 1-1. So a 1-1 count here for Jake Zember, who's trying to get his team out of it and send them back to the bats. That pitch, a bit of movement on it, will just be away. Good take there from Gavin Gillis to stare that ball down. Hawley still staying put at second base, would love to get on the move. That one could be slowly chopped in fair territory. Scooped from the mound from Zember. Turns, fires to first. Beautiful play from Jake Zember at the mound. He moved all the way to his right, backhanded it, done a spinorama, and fired it off the first.
Team Alberta 1, Team Atlantic 0.
So a leadoff single for Logan Hawley won't make any difference as Team Alberta able to retire the next 3 batters in a row. And So that will do it for the top of the third inning. We'll see Team Alberta back at the bats trying to extend their lead as they found 1 run all the way back in the bottom of the second. We'll take a look at who's going to lead things off for Team Alberta. It'll be Beckett LeBert, followed by Daxton Simpson, and then we'll reach the bottom of the order with second baseman Jack Harris. Grayson Carey back at the mound for another inning of work. He's been good so far, only letting 1 run in. Special talent that Grayson has is this kid can chew a whole bag of Big League Chew at once. That is a lot of gum, young sir, but I love to hear it. That's cool talent, you know, I love it. A superstition he has is that he wears the same Blue Jay shirt under his uniform. Okay, so that means he must be wearing it right now. I can see a little bit of blue under his jersey, just below his neck. Pretty cool to know. A little fun fact, and his favorite player, Juan Soto.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning for Team Alberta, number 8, Beckett LeBert.
So Beckett LeBert, the catcher here in this afternoon's game, will have his first at-bat as he looks again on base and start things off successfully. Pitch number 1 will go swinging, find a little bit of a tip on it, it will make no difference. Strike number 1. So Grayson Carey tries to get off to a hot start. Carey on the 0-1 pitch. LeBert still stare that one down as it just, well, spins away to the outside of the strike zone. We'll split the first 2 1-1 for LeBert. He was at the mound, you know, either yesterday's game or the day before and did a phenomenal job. Obviously has to take a couple days rest, and here he is at the bats. Playing catcher today, strike number 2 as he goes swinging on the high pitch. He's 1-2, an opportunity for Carey to lead things off with a strikeout. We'll see how LeBert stays alive in the 1-2 count. Delivered. 6 down in there in time. Strike number 3, and the punch out for Grayson Carey to lead things off. And so Beckett LeBert will be sent back to the dugout. And we'll move on to the order. Number 15, Daxton Simpson, as an extra hitter today, was the starting pitcher yesterday for Team Alberta. We'll see what Simpson can do here. Still no runners on any base after Carey found the first strikeout to lead things off. Simpson going to pop that ball up, and that's going to go right into the glove of Leo Gallant at second base for out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Team Atlantic, trying to make quick work out in the field. Team Alberta down to their final life. It'll be the second baseman, Jack Harris, as he looks to keep things alive here in the bottom of the third inning. We'll see if he's able to do so. Harris, no runners on any bases. Carey trying to end things off. Pitch number 1, right down the middle. Harris gets caught looking. Strike number 1. So we'll have an 0-1 count to lead things off as Carey tries to go up in the count early. 0-1. Swing and a miss from Harris, high in the zone. Not able to get the barrel high enough to make contact. He goes 0-2 down. Opportunity for Grayson Carey to retire the sign in order. That's going to make contact into the glove of Gallant at shortstop. Fired it to first in time for the routine play. And that will do it for the third inning. We still have a 1-0 game going Team Alberta's way. 3 of 3 down in the field for Team Atlantic. A perfect inning from them, exactly what they needed after the game overrun moments ago. And so we'll head back to the bats for Team Atlantic. Leading things off, we'll see number 10, the first baseman Ryan Hatcher, followed by Jackson Hawkins, and then we'll go back to the top of the order with the catcher Ethan Marsh, our confirmed 3. So Zember takes back out to the mound for another inning of work. He's been phenomenal so far. Almost a perfect game, I believe, only allowing. We'll take a quick look at how many hits he's allowed so far. I believe it's not many, to be honest. I believe it's only 1 with Logan Hawley with a single. All well back in the last inning of play. So Ryan Hatcher to lead things off here for Team Atlantic. We'll see if the boy from out east can make something happen.
Leading off the top of the 4th,
Ryan
number
Hatcher.
10, Ryan Hatcher.
His superstition is that he doesn't eat before game. Hopefully he has enough energy to do something here. Pitch number 1 against Hatcher. Contact, gonna pull that one in a diving effort! And the catch from the first baseman of Team Alberta. Beautiful play from Beckett Sprunger to deny a hit. And so a first pitch
Now batting number
swing
9,
from
Jackson
Ryan
Hawkins.
Hatcher trying to ambush the count, not able to make anything successful. We'll move to the bottom of the order with Jackson Hawkins. He'll swing and a miss on that first pitch, go 0-1 down. So an 0-1 pitch from Zember incoming, delivered. Reaching is Hawkins. Not gonna have a full swing there. It was weird to see. Maybe he looked bunt, but he reached for it. He's 0-2 down now as that pitch will be strike number 2. Zember trying to finish him off. And a great battle there from Jackson Hawkins. He will foul that next pitch off as he just got a little bit on the barrel. Hawkins, when he's older, he wants to become a lawyer. I love that he has that picked out. That will probably make him a lot of money. 0-2. Contact for Hawkins. He'll stay in it and battle that next pitch off. He'll stay in 0-2 now at a 4-pitch count, just battling for, well, his at-bat's life. Still 0-2. Zember all over the strike zone. And he paints the outside corner, strike number 3, and retires his second batter in a row in the first punch out here in the top of the 4th for Jake Zember.
Now batting number 2, Ethan Marsh.
We go back to the top of the order with catcher number 2, Ethan Marsh, in the 3rd slot trying to keep things alive. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a ground ball. Zember delivers way inside, close to Marsh. Almost got a hit by that pitch for a walk, but let's just turn away and take ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch from Zember, delivers. Contact for Marsh. Gonna fire that one right between the shortstop and the second baseman up the second base line for a base hit. Marsh, 1 for 2 tonight with a single. He'll keep things alive for Team Atlantic.
Now batting number 1, Alano Hepburn.
So Alano Hepburn, also known as Superman, will take to the plate here. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a ground ball. We'll see if he can continue to keep things alive for Team Atlantic with a runner over at first, trying to advance him into a scoring position. Pitch number 1 for Hepburn. Going to be fired right into third baseman's glove, and he'll just make the routine play as the second baseman will take a couple steps to his right and touch the second bag for out number 3. Team Alberta get out of it still with a 1-0 game. It's a battle on the defensive side of the ball for both these teams. And it'll be Team Atlantic's team to go to battle on their defensive side of the ball.
Team Alberta 1, Team Atlantic 0. Pitch count for Zember, 41 pitches.
So 41 pitches for Jake Zember through 4 innings of work. He's kept that pitch count very low, averaging about, 10.2 statistically through 4 innings. He's been phenomenal so far, so we'll most likely we'll see if he does come back out for a 5th. Grayson Carey looks to be back out of the mound for his 4th inning of work. He's also been good so far, only allowing 1 run, and I believe only a handful of hits for Team Alberta. I believe only 4 hits so far for Team Alberta, but they'll look to extend it here. As I believe we're going to go back to the top of the order. It'll be Raylan Johnson leading things off, followed by Gavin Russell, and then, the confirmed 3rd, the first baseman, Beckham Sprunger. Raylan Johnson, his special talent is that he's a fast runner. Definitely why maybe he's in the leadoff spot here, hitting first in the lineup for Team Alberta. Get somebody on base, and if he's got wheels, let the kid go. His favorite player, Ellie De La Cruz. Makes sense if he wants to say he's a fast runner. Want to have the fastest guy in the league. That's the guy you look up to. So definitely a speedster he describes himself as. We'll see if he gets on base, if he can show off that speed he talks about. And so, Grayson Carey will just finish up his warm-up, and we'll have the start of the bottom of the 4th inning underway in just moments' time. Raylan Johnson 1 for 1 tonight with a single, all the way back to lead things off in the 1st. We'll see what he's able to do here, as the lefty will step up to the batter's box, and we'll get the bottom of the 4th inning underway here in a 1-0 game going Team Alberta's way.
Bottom of the 4th inning for Team Alberta, number 22, Raylan Johnson.
Johnson will step into the batter's box, and we're underway. First pitch from Carey. Gonna be up high for ball number 1. So Johnson will stare that one down and take a 1-0 lead. Carey looking to continue how good he's been so far. That pitch delivered. Johnson gonna try to attack it. Not able to find contact. Just a little low on the slice. He'll split the first two pitches. 1-1. The 1-1 pitching coming from Carey. Trying to take a lead. Contact for Johnson. Hepburn. Diving efforts. Superman prevails once again. Beautiful catch from Alano Hepburn. Nothing can stop this kid. Another diving effort after just like we saw yesterday in the game against the host team. He does something spectacular again in this afternoon's game. Out number 1 as Raylan Johnson will pop up. Gavin Russell, who's 1 for 1 set. He'll make contact. That'll be in fair territory. The left fielder moving all the way to his left, and he'll drop that ball. Russell will take a very hard hit single all the way to left field. He's 2 for 2 tonight.
Now batting number 21.
And so
Beckham
runner at
Sprunger.
first here with 1 out for Team Alberta. Beckham Sprunger 0 for 1 with a pop out. The first baseman looking to extend Russell into a scoring position. We'll see how Carey battles against this. Pitch number 1. Sprunger thought about it, does a little half swing there, will pull away for a ball. So a 1-0 count now after that last pitch. Carey delivers. Gonna be away once more. So back-to-back balls awarded to Sprunger. He's now got himself a lead in this count. 2-0. Carey trying to find the strike zone. Take his time. Stares down Sprunger. 2-0. That one going to be on the opposite side of the plate this time for ball number 3. So 3 balls awarded to Beckham Sprunger. Has an opportunity to find himself a walk here. And that would advance Russell into a scoring position. Carey's got to be careful. The 3-0 pitch and the automatic strike. He knew what he had to do. He delivers it right down the middle for strike number 1. And so Sprunger takes his chances on the last pitch because he knew he had a bunch of strikes to give. 3-1. Contact. That one going to be popped up. Hepburn moving back. And that one's going to go all the way to the fence. He'll scoop it up. Runner's going to get to third and hold. It's a hard hit double from Beckham Sprunger. And so both runners now in scoring position for Team Alberta. Brings up Splurk Morris, who is 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. Beckham Sprunger jumped all over that ball, took his opportunity in a 3-1 count, and crushed it all the way to center field. Hepburn just not able to get there in time. It was way over his head. And that will do it. They're going to give an automatic walk. They're going to walk Burke Morrison, the cleanup hitter, and send him to first. This will load the bases up here in hopes that Team Atlantic can find a double play to potentially end the inning. Bases loaded, Madden Ellis here at the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a pop-up. Pitch number 1, delivered away for a ball. So a 1-0 count to kick things off for Ellis as he comes in this scenario with the bases being loaded as they just walked Morrison. 1-0 pitch from Carey. He's in a pinch now and needs to deliver. Also away, he'll give the 2-0 lead going Ellis's way. So just like that, Ellis is up in the count. Can he work with this? Carey needs to find the strike zone. He will not be able to find it. That one is up high for another ball. Pardon me, that's a 2-0 count for Ellis. Ellis at a 2-0 count. That's going to be strike number 1. Beautiful pitch there from Carey. He'll dip that one down into the strike zone.
It's still just a defensive strategy, right?
3-1 count for Ellis. Carey's got to be careful. Contact for Ellis. That one's going to be popped up. Hepburn moving all the way in. It's going to drop into no man's land. A run will come around and score. It's a single. RBI single at that for Madden Ellis. As Team Alberta extends the lead to 2. So a 2-0 game here with Archer Cunningham, who's 0 for 1 with a pop out, still with the bases loaded. Takes ball number 1, just misses the bottom corner of the strike zone. Alberta, huge opportunity to extend their lead. 1-0 pitch from Carey, who has himself in a pinch. Contact for Cunningham. In the glove of the second baseman, who got on one knee. Scoops it, throws to first, but not able. He will not even make the play. The second baseman unable to cradle that one in the hand, and by the time he picked it up, it was a little too late. It's an RBI single for Archer Cunningham. as they extend the lead to 3 now. It's a 3-0 game, going the way of Team Alberta, trying to rack up the runs and take a lead here. It's Blake Harrison still with the bases loaded. He's 1 for 1 tonight with a single, and he extended that to a double with an error. So we had ball number 1 moments ago. Carey starting to struggle. That's going to be a ground ball for Harrison. Gallant can't scoop it. Throws to third, but the runner, but the baseman, Zenon Parks, will be off the third bag. Another run will score for Team Alberta. Runs starting to bleed through. We'll have a mound meeting with Carey, who has allowed 3 runs in a row. It's an RBI single for Blake Harrison. He improves to 2 for 2 on the afternoon. But just not what you want to see. Maybe it could have been potentially Zenon Parks not ready for Gallant to look his way. Potentially looking at the routine play on first base, but Zenon Parks was very well off the bag, potentially 50 centimeters off the bag. Jake Zember, the starting pitcher tonight, he's 1 for 1 with an RBI and has a great opportunity here with the bases loaded to pick up another one. We'll see if he's able to do so. Pitch number 1, Carey with the mound meeting, trying to slow things down. Zember's going to find contact in the glove of Gallant. Scooped, play at second, takes a look at first. He will not decide to go, but they'll get a crucial out here to bring us to 2. Another run will score. It's an RBI single. Another one at that for Jake Zember. Brings them to 2 for 2 tonight in the second RBI for the starting pitcher.
Now
Reed
batting
Pluta,
number 34, Reed Pluta.
who's 0 for 1 tonight. Now we'll have an at-bat and runners in the corners after Team Atlantic found the out at second base. Pitch number 1 from Carey, needing to figure things out and get the final crucial strikeout or some sort of out to end the inning. 4 runs have been scored here for Team Alberta. They've been all over the offense. 1-0, as that one was away. Pluta will get ready for the 1-0. Pitch, and he's just a little low on the slice. Strike number 1. We'll split the first 2 pitches as Pluta try to attack that one. And Zember. That's going to be a foul tip, pardon me. The time will be called just for a moment's time. And so runner will be allowed to go to second even though it was tipped because the catcher caught it. We'll split the first 2, 1-1. Runners both in scoring positions now for Team Atlantic. Pardon me, for Team Alberta. Can Pluta take advantage of this? He'll find contact. And that one is going to get all the way to left field off a line drive. One's going to score. Another one's going to round all the way from second. 2 runs scored. It's 2 RBIs and a single for Reed Pluta. The difference now 7. As that ball just got through Gallant over at short. He wasn't able to find the block.
Now batting number 8.
And both runners who are in scoring positions are able to convert. 7-0 now. Team Alberta jumping all over the offense. It's Beckett Liburd. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Runner over at first. Jumps over pitch number 1. Going to be popped up here. We'll see who's going to call it. In the glove of Leo Gallant over at shortstop as that one drops right into it. Team Atlantic gets out of it, but they a 6-run inning for Team Alberta. They jumped all over the offense. It made, well,
In
a
the
lot
bottom of
happen.
the 4th, Team Alberta scores 6 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors.
So 6
One
runs,
left on
3
base
hits, 2
after
errors for
before
Team Atlantic, and those
completing
errors
the play,
definitely
the score
hurt
allows
them.
Team Alberta 7,
It allowed runners
Team
to advance into
Atlantic
extra
0.
bases, which
Pitch
allowed them to
count
come
for
around
Carey
and score.
was
Got to clean things
62
up here
pitches.
for Team Atlantic. They'll have an opportunity back at the bats. Well, to even get on the scoreboard here, they're scoreless through 3 innings of work so far. Jake Zember, phenomenal so far at the mound. He'll take back to it and try to continue his dominance. We'll see who's going to lead things off for Team Atlantic. Looks to be number 11, the shortstop, Leo Gallant, followed by Zenon Parks. And then, well, the round out the top 3 will be Ben Nolan, the extra hitter today. Team Atlantic need some sort of momentum. Need something game-changing. Leo Gallant, favorite player, Ellie De La Cruz. Bit of a trend here we see. Ellie De La Cruz, he's just so fun to watch. Who doesn't love him? His favorite thing to do, well, something he does when he's not playing sports, is eating. He likes to eat. I love to hear that. Honestly, love it. That's how you get big and strong there, Leo Gallant. Well, he's a tall boy, I'll tell you that. So, definitely showing. Zember will take some warm-up pitches. The southpaw has been phenomenal from the mound this afternoon. Looking to continue it as he keeps this game scoreless for Team Atlantic. Gallant will make his way to the to the batter's box. He's 0 for 1 tonight with a ground ball in his first at-bat. We'll see if he can change things here. Lefty versus righty matchup.
Now batting number
That's
11,
Gallant.
Leo Gallant.
Will take to the plate. Pitch number 1. Gonna be down in a bouncer in the dirt for a ball. So, Zember getting a little bit too much on that pitch. Holds on for it for a little bit too long. We'll see ball number 1 for Gallant. The 1-0 pitch for Zember. Gallant trying to start things off successfully. He'll take a swing at that one a little bit too early. Finds contact only on the tip of the bat and will foul it back for his first strike. So we'll split the first 2 pitches 1-1 with Leo. Gallant gonna jump over anything he can. Stares that one down, and it was a good stare down at that. Ball number 2 as it just misses away for Zember, who tried to paint the strike zone there. 2-1, pitch incoming. Right down the middle. Gallant contact, but it's right. A line drive into the second baseman's glove. It was a bullet, but unable to get past the glove of the second baseman, Jack Harris. So out number 1, a leadoff out for Leo Gallant. We'll move on in the order to Zenon Parks, who struck out. He's 0 for 1 tonight in his first at-bat. Pitch number 1 from Zember. Contact, that's going to be fair for Parks. A pop-up, third baseman moving back. Shortstop calls everybody off, and to make the play is the shortstop, Madden Ellis, for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for Team Alberta. They do not like playing defense. What team does like playing defense? They want to send themselves right back to the bats. Ben Nolan, 0 for 1 tonight with a ground out, is at the plate here. We'll see if he can keep the inning alive for Team Atlantic, who are trying to get on the board. He's going to fire that one off the first base line into foul territory. And we'll start off with strike number 1. Nolan takes the 0-1 pitch. Contact in fair territory and gets past the glove of Jack Harris at second base all the way to center field. It's a base hit for Ben Nolan, as he'll take off the first and give Team Atlantic a runner to work with. Jack O'Connell has the opportunity to advance Nolan into a scoring position. He's 0 for 1 as he was struck out his first at-bat. We'll see what the right fielder, what the lefty versus lefty matchup can do here. O'Connell going to await pitch number 1 from Zember. Contact as he reached for that one. In the glove off the scoop from Zember at the mound. Little toss over to first, just like he's playing catch for out number 3, and that will do it for the bottom 4th.
In the top of the 5th,
Team Alberta making quick work, allow 1 hit, but aren't able, well, to get any sort of offense going for Team Atlantic. They'll get out of it and send Team Alberta right back to the bats. They have a 7-0 lead here going into the top of the 5th inning. They're going to look to extend it here as they take back to the bounce. 62 pitches through Grayson Carey through his 4 innings of work. We'll see if he does come back out for the 5th. We'll take a look at our sponsorships here, sponsoring the 2024 Little League Canadian National Tournament here in Kingston, Ontario. Jane's Care Foundation donated signed items for the banquet from the Toronto Blue Jays. Everyone loves signed items. That's awesome. Spaces Storage Group for supporting with the delivery of our sports booth, which is behind me right here. All of our technology is in it. It's lovely to have. The YMCA of Kingston for providing our team and families with Y passes and giveaways in their swag bags. K-Town Physiotherapy for providing care of our players during the tournament. I know they got a tent behind me there with a massage board for anybody who needs a little bit of work done. The Scoreboard Man for allowing us to have a scoreboard for our tournament, and they let us borrow it. Shout out the Scoreboard Man, because that scoreboard is wonderful, just out in right field. City of Kingston for all the support and endless hours of making the field as it is. Beautiful field. Cricket field, and a year ago was not like it is right now. They renovated it, I believe, just for this tournament, and it is a stunner. Emma at Kingston, at Tourism Kingston, for her support and making sure all of the team's experiences are the best it can be. Teams from around the nation coming to Kingston, we want to make sure that Kingston looks amazing. Stonehouse Financial Partners, Quinte St. Lawrence Building Trades Council, Cintas for water bottles given out to all the players, Eastern Ontario, Midas, Charlotte Custom Homes for creating the scoreboard stand. As you see, the stand band can't stand alone. It's got a bit of wood construction on it to keep it up. Thank you, Charlotte Custom Homes.
Carey was 62 pitches.
Pardon me, Sherrod.
Now pitching, number 8, Gavin Gillis.
And so we'll get the top of the 5th underway here with Gavin Gillis in the leadoff spot. Pitch number 1, going to take that one up high into the eyesight level, and we'll lead things off with a ball. Gillis 0 for 1 today with a ground out, his first at-bat. will await the 1-0 pitch. Delivered, swinging on and miss low in the zone, not able to find contact. And just like that, we have missed it. We have a pitching change coming in for Team Atlantic. It's Gavin Gillis
Now batting
at the
number
mound,
15,
pardon me.
Daxton Simpson.
Daxton Simpson at the plate. So I thought it was Gillis at the plate. No, it's Gillis at the mound here, coming into relief for Grayson Carey, trying to switch things up and keep this game as close as possible. And it's a 2-2 count with Daxton Simpson, who's also 0 for 1 tonight with a pop out. We'll see if Gillis can start things off with a punch out. 2-2, popped up here. Shortstop trying to make his way back. And that one's going to drop right in between the infield and the outfield. Perfect area for Daxton Simpson. It's a single. So Hogan on first for Team Alberta and give them a leadoff runner to work with. We'll hit the bottom of the order with Jack Harris, who's 0 for 1 tonight with a ground ball. And Gillis gives up his first runner on the first batter he faces. So Grayson Carey, that ends his night at 62 pitches. He found 2 strikeouts in his 4 innings of work. Gillis trying to keep this game close. Ball number 1 as that last pitch was delivered inside of Harris. 1-0 pitch. Gillis, Harris all over it, but in the glove, over top of the glove of the left fielder. That one get it all the way back to the fence. Runners are going to go all the way to third. Simpson going to slide in there in time. It's a double for Jack Harris as he got all of that ball and cranked it to left field. So pardon me, I am all thrown around as Gavin Gillis is the one at the mound. We go back to the top of the order for Team Alberta. It'll be Raylan Johnson here at the plate, who has a single.
Now batting number 22, Raylan Johnson.
We'll see what Johnson can do here. Johnson at the top of the order. Contact right to right field. Can it get down in time? But it's in the glove of the second baseman of Team Atlantic. Beautiful catch there from, that would be, well, number 7, Grayson Carey, now at second base as he replaces Gavin Gillis. So out number 1, up the pop, a fly to second base. And we'll have Gavin Russell, who's 2 for 2 tonight with back-to-back singles. Would love to find a single here to convert even more runs for Team Alberta. We'll see if he's able to jump over anything. Pitch number 1, going to take that one right down the middle. Beautiful pitch there from Gillis, as he'll get all up early in the count with a strike. So the 0-1 pitch, Gillis trying to go up early. And he'll jump all over that one, Russell will, and foul it back as the bat was just a little bit too low on the barrel. And just like that, we're in an 0-2 count. Opportunity for Gavin Gillis to pick up his first strikeout here and move us to 2 outs in the inning. Can he deliver? The 0-2 pitch. Just outside. Russell will stare that ball down and take ball number 1. Still an opportunity for Gillis as he went up early in the count. It's now 1-2 to finish things off as has himself in a pinch. Pitch delivered inside. Good take from Russell. He earns his second ball in a row. Runners at third and second, both in scoring position here for Team Alberta, trying to cash in a couple more runs and increase the lead, which is now at 7. Gillis on the 2-2. Just outside, 3 balls in a row awarded to Gavin Russell, and we have ourselves in a full count here after Gillis started things off hot at the mound with an 0-2 count. We'll have the payoff pitch here to potentially load the bases. Contact for Russell. And he's going to look at it. It's going to be a catch out in left field, as that ball looked like it could have got down, but a diving effort there from the left fielder of Team Atlantic, Anthony Viva, to find the out. So pardon me, it looks like I stand corrected. It will be a single awarded to Gavin Russell, as it looked like, well, at least he sold it to me. Anthony Viva did, that he caught that ball, but umpire will say that it did drop. He definitely has a closer look than I do. A single to load the bases up for Gavin Russell brings up Beckham Sprunger, who had a double his last time at the plate. Would love to find him one again to get some runs home. He'll foul that ball off the first base line. Probably the third base line, pardon me. 0-2 the count here up early for Gavin Gillis. Trying to find a strikeout here with the bases loaded. He has himself in a pinch after coming into this game. Sprunger, 0-2. Contact. That one's going to ride up the first base line. It will be fair. Bounces off the first baseman. Gets the tag on the bag and beats the runner for out number 1. But a run will score as Team Alberta increase their lead to 8. But Sprunger will get himself an RBI as he is out off the ground ball.
Now
Move on to the
batting
order.
number 23, Burke
Cleanup hitter,
Morrison.
Burke Morrison, who's 0 for 1 tonight. That one going to be a fair ball. It's going to skip past the glove of the first baseman. One run's going to go home. Runner from second's going to be rounded across third and go home as well. It's 2 RBIs and a single for Burke Morrison, who gets his first hit of the night. And that will do it. The 10-run Mercy Rule. Team Alberta improve, keep the record perfect, 3-0 through 3 games. And Team Atlantic, unfortunately, still winless through their 3 games. They go to 0-3. 2 back-to-back games today. This one under an hour. It's only 2:59. Both hitting the Mercy Rule. And Team Alberta doing it after 5 innings of work. 10-0 as Team Alberta jump all over the bats. That will do it. We'll have one more game today at 5:30 in 2.5 hours. You will not want to miss it. That will be between Team Ontario and Team Prairies. Both those teams, Team Prairies 0-1, Team Ontario 1-0. We've only seen them both in 1 game action. It's going to be exciting to see them again. You will not want to miss it. As for this game, Team Alberta, Mercy Rule, Team Atlantic, as Team Atlantic can't get on the board. 10-0 going Team Alberta's way. Thank you for watching. I've been Jacob Ewing. We'll see you at 5:30 for our next game.